In the high-stakes world of professional photography and high-end content creation, there's a name that has been whispered in the corridors of tech giants and leaked across the dark corners of enthusiast forums for months: the Canon EOS R7 Mark II. We are standing on the precipice of a revolution in the APS-C market, a shift so profound that it threatens to blur the lines between enthusiast gear and the elite 1 Series flagships used by the world's top sports and wildlife photographers. For years, the original R7 sat as the king of the crop sensor. But as we move deeper into 2026, the landscape has changed. Speed is no longer just an advantage. It is a requirement. Resolution is no longer a luxury. It is the foundation of every breathtaking crop and every 8K frame. The rumors are no longer just static. They have coalesced into a vision of a baby R5 that promises to deliver the raw power of a full-frame titan in a body that's more agile, more reachable, and more lethal in the field. This isn't just an incremental update. This is Canon's answer to a world that demands perfection at every shutter click. Welcome back to my channel Tech Rivet for exclusive insights into the future of tech. Subscribe my channel. Hit the bell icon for more tech updates. The heart of this beast, according to the most reliable 2026 leaks, is a groundbreaking 40-megapixel stacked BSI CMOS sensor. Let that sink in for a moment. A stacked sensor in an APS-C body means one thing: speed. We are talking about readout speeds so incredibly fast that the dreaded rolling shutter, that jello effect that ruins your fast-panning shots of a bird in flight or a racing car, becomes a ghost of the past. Imagine capturing a hawk diving at 60 miles per hour with a silent electronic shutter, and every feather is rendered with clinical precision, no warping, no distortion. This sensor doesn't just capture light. It processes it with a digic accelerator that borrows the neural processing architecture from the legendary EOS R1. It's a specialized coprocessor designed to handle the massive data pipeline that a 40-megapixel sensor demands. This is how the R7 Mark II is rumored to achieve a staggering 40 frames per second. That's not just fast, that's a movie. You're essentially shooting high-resolution stills at a frame rate that was once reserved for cinema. This is the level of performance that makes professional wildlife photographers switch systems. When you have this much pixel density on a crop sensor, your 600mm lens suddenly feels like a 960mm monster, giving you reach that full-frame shooters can only dream of without spending $50,000 on glass. But the R7 Mark II isn't just a stills powerhouse. It is a declaration of war in the video world. The inclusion of that stacked sensor unlocks the holy grail of hybrid shooting: 8K internal recording. For the first time in the history of APS-C, we're looking at a camera that can record 8K at 30 or even 60 frames per second, likely oversampled from the full width of that 40MP sensor. This means your 4K footage will be the cleanest, sharpest, most detailed output you have ever seen, free from the artifacts and noise that plague lesser sensors. And for the slow-motion junkies, the rumors point toward 4K at 120 frames per second with no crop. This is a game-changer for cinematographers who need to move light and fast. To manage the heat generated by such a massive data throughput, the 2026 body design is expected to be slightly larger, taking inspiration from the EOS R6 Mark III's thermal management systems. It's a beefier, more professional chassis that fits better in the hand, featuring a deeper grip and, wait for it, the return of the traditional joystick and wheel layout that professionals have been begging for. No more finicky touch wheels. This is a tool designed for the muscle memory of a working pro. The autofocus system is where things get truly futuristic. Canon is reportedly integrating intent-based AF, an AI-driven system that doesn't just track eyes, it understands the sport or the animal you are shooting. If you're at a football game, the camera knows to prioritize the player with the ball. If you're shooting birds, it can distinguish between the eye of a perching owl and the wingtip of a soaring eagle. It's like having a professional focus puller living inside your processor. This is paired with an in-body image stabilization, IBIS system that is being rated at a world class. 8.5 stops of compensation. You could realistically shoot a 1-second handheld exposure and get a sharp image. For videographers, this means gimbal-like smoothness without the bulk of a gimbal. You can walk, talk, and film with the confidence that the sensor is floating in a magnetic field, neutralizing every vibration. Connectivity and storage are also getting the pro treatment. We are expecting a dual-slot configuration that includes one CF-Express Type-B slot and one UHS-2 SD slot. Why CF-Express? Because when you are firing 40 frames per second at 40 megapixels or recording 8K raw video, an SD card is like trying to drain a swimming pool through a straw. You need the massive bandwidth of CF-Express to keep the buffer from clogging. This camera won't make you wait, it will wait for you. It's also rumored to adopt the LPE6P battery, the same high-output cell found in the R5 Mark II, ensuring that you have the juice to power these high-drain features for a full day of shooting. And with the 2026 release of the Canon Vision Pro integration, the R7 Mark II is expected to support spatial video and 180-degree VR capture, making it a foundational tool for the next era of immersive content.